My question is, I can't find someone to do an affidavit for me, but they did an affidavit of support for someone 3 years ago. Could that person do my affidavit?
Absolutely, as long as their tax returns are sufficient, why not?
And we've got a question from Rodrigo Silva, who said, once my H-1B visa is denied, how soon could I get married to my U.S. citizen girlfriend? We've been dating 2 years. Do I need to wait the 90 days?
The H-1B was denied?
It says the H-1B was denied.
Are you here in the United States?
It seems that way.
Then just get married.
And what's weird is that he says once my H-1B is denied, so it sounds like he just knows it's gonna be denied.
Okay.
But it hasn't been yet.
Strange.
Let's get a little bit more information, Rodrigo.
Yes.
Thomas says, I'm an Indian national with employment-based AOS under an EB-3 pending for the last 4 months, filed at NVC.
Do you want me to translate?
You know what's crazy is that I know almost what all those words mean.
All right, let's go again.
Okay, so an Indian national, he's from India.
Right.
With employment-based adjustment of status.
That means he got sponsored in a job.
He got sponsored in a job. Under an EB-3, isn't that an investment?
Skilled worker.
Skilled worker. Oh, I was so close. Pending for 4 months, and he filed it at the National Visa Center. What's the time frame to 1, receive the EAD, which is the work permit, and 2, the interview appointment, and 3, the I-485 approval?
Well, you wouldn't be at the National Visa Center anymore. The National Benefits Center, maybe.
Oh, and BC.
NBC.
Yeah.
Right, the National Benefits Center.
Yes.
It's about 5 months for a work permit and hopefully a year or so for your green card interview. And he's very excited because the Indian nationals in the EB-3 category are waiting over a decade.
Oh my God.
So he's waited a long time for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how long until the I-485 approval?
About a year.
Could a special needs person who's aged 28 years old and a U.S. citizen file an immigrant petition for her mom? She's not employed, so how would she go about doing this?
You could be special needs and file. You just need an affidavit of support from a second person.
Milo Vernon said, if you already have an I-130 approved, but now you're ready to submit the I-485 application, do you submit the I-130A with that I-485?
If you did an I-130A already, you don't need to. If you haven't, then you should do it again.
Leonora said that she filed her green card in February of this year, but hasn't received a receipt. Is that normal? She is married to a U.S. citizen.
It's been 6-7 weeks. Maybe you should have gotten something. Make sure that check was cashed or that money order. Trace that money order.
Carol says, blessings to you and your staff. Can a wife/stay-at-home mom file for citizenship if she does not work or pay taxes? Husband does taxes every year, filing married and jointly, and he's had a green card since 2011. Oh, wife has had a green card since 2011.
Absolutely. There's no law that says that you have to work to become a citizen. It doesn't say that at all. All it says, the law says, is if you do work, you should pay your taxes. So if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're not working, become a citizen anyway.
Janice Small said, I submitted all my paperwork from last August and I did my fingerprint in November, but still have not received a work permit. Is this normal?
When did you do it? October?
August.
August.
Yeah.
No, you should have gotten your work permit already.
Hola, can a granddaughter make a petition for her grandmother?
No. No dice.
Damn.
No dice, Kim.
Damn, Brad.
No dice.
But I would say pull out your dice and show me that you don't have any, but you don't have any dice.
I don't have any dice.
Legs11 Tag said, I'm assuming that I have misrepresented myself by marrying on my VWP after 42 days. Will an I-130 be denied? I filed it concurrently with the I-485.
It's possible it would get denied. You can do a rebuttable presumption that says it wasn't my intent to misrepresent myself. You changed your mind after you came here, but most likely you would need a waiver. Problem with getting married in the 90 days on the visa waiver, which is the ESTA, is that there's no deportation. So if they deny you and they deny your waiver, you're out of here. You don't get to see a judge.
Mode said, if I deported myself and re-entered the U.S. illegally, can I apply for asylum if I'm already in the U.S.?
No, you committed a crime. So they would put you in deportation. The only thing that you would be able to do is Convention Against Torture and say my life's in danger if I go back to my home country, but you cannot do asylum.
Marcine Fraser said, how do you switch from consular processing to adjustment of status?
How do you switch?
Yeah.
You just file your adjustment.
That's all you got to do?
That's all you got to do.
That's not bad. Banish Beckford said, should you send the I-130A with the I-45 if the I-130 has already been approved?
If you've already done an I-130A, you don't need to do it again. If you haven't, because it depends on how old this I-130 is,
right,
then you got to do it.
Got it. Aisha said, my wife is a U.S. citizen and I'm on an F1 visa. I've got a question regarding the affidavit of support. Could I include my foreign income to meet the minimum income? And can she show her foreign property for an affidavit of support?
She cannot show her foreign property because she can't use her income towards an affidavit of support for herself unless it was income that was legally earned in the United States of America. Your income from foreign lands, if you're a U.S. citizen, should be on your income tax returns. So if you didn't include your income on your income tax returns from other foreign countries, then you are lying on your tax return. And then you are coming forward and saying, oh, but I have this other income in another country, which I didn't include on my tax return. Could you include it now, even though I lied on my tax return?
What form should a U.S. citizen brother fill out for his brother and his brother's 6-year-old daughter?
An I-130 visa petition, you're going to wait a long time.
My grandmother lives in the UK and she wants to visit family in the US, but then leave the US and visit me in Canada. But I'm not working, so are they going to accept my invitation letter for her to get a visitor's visa?
They don't need your invitation letter. They need to know that she's going to leave the country.
Right.
You know, sometimes they ask, what's your purpose? I'm going to visit my friend, my relative, whatever. But whether you write a letter or not, it's going to make no difference. What matters is, can she support herself without taking a job? Do they believe she's truly going to be a tourist? And do they really believe she's going to leave that particular country?
Anna Kay said, can a husband file for his mother-in-law at the same time as his stepkids?
Why not?
Samantha says, I want to file for my dad. He had a B2 visa and overstayed for 5 years. And then he went back home in 2008. His 10-year visa was banned. His 10-year ban is already over. Is he going to need a waiver when I file for him?
If the only thing he did wrong was overstay his time, no. If he has some sort of criminal record or got deported, yes.
Gumari Hutch said, my I-130 was approved and sent to NVC in May of 2018, and since we haven't heard a peep. Should I be worried, and is there anything I can do to actually speed up the process?
Contact your local super lawyer.
What's the requirements of the N-600, and what do you do if you don't have proof of physical custody, but have everything they need?
Well, then you don't have everything you need because you need physical custody. N-600's certificate of citizenship. And you got to prove that you have a green card and that you live in the physical and legal custody of your parent before the 18th birthday. Now, physical custody is very easy to prove. Here's my school records. My report card was signed by mom. Here's my school records. It shows that mom was the emergency contact. The school says I lived with mom. Here's mom's tax returns. She was a dependent on my tax return.
Cam Evans said, how long does it take USCIS to respond to you once you actually send in your paperwork? He's wondering about a receipt notice for a marriage-based petition.
It should take a couple weeks. I mean, so, we've been getting, messages now or comments now that's 6, 7, 8 weeks. That's a concern for me.
But I'm assuming close, right? Like,
He's close.
Do they do about a month for
not
a month
always.
or not always?
Not always.
Okay, but close. Mm-hmm. Pape Diaz said...
By the way, I saw Tamika wants to bring a bottle torch to my apartment. She wants to either torch the whole place or torch my beard or just torch up in the air so I can see. But either way, that sounds really dangerous.
That's true because Grandma said I'm going to make sure that light problem is solved before the end of the month.
I'm going to tell you something. Tomorrow I'm coming shaven.
You better. I don't think you have a choice.
I'm going to tell you something. I wasn't going to shave, but now after all this ridicule, I wouldn't dare show up unshaven tomorrow.
They are just, yes. I would have to give him wipes to clean the soot from his nostrils.
Who said that?
Guys, Grandma.
Oh my God.
You guys, this is getting violent.
This is getting very violent. They get very violent when I don't shave.
I
remember they wanted to shave me once with a broken glass.
And now they're going to change. What exactly is a bottle torch? Is that a Molotov cocktail?
I think so. I think it's going to blow my beard off.
You guys, how are you going to blow his beard off? That's going to blow his entire face off.
Oh my God.
This is This is hilarious.
And Carol said she's coming to tie me down and shave me myself, I think.
Yeah, and Tamika said she's bringing Huggy wipes. Yeah. So you're good to go.
You know what? I do want to shave because now my beard is getting itchy.
Oh, yeah.
It gets itchy.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's a little
itchy.
I feel like it's getting grizzly. I'm ready.
Meanwhile, Sandra says I should just do the... Can you imagine I show up with a goatee tomorrow?
Please.
Right, the horror of that.
Please don't.
The horror of that.
Do you ever, like, when you shave, I always giggle when guys do this as they're shaving, like, a lot of facial hair. Do you shave it into funny shapes before you shave the whole thing off? Like, do you just give yourself a goatee or a mustache?
Kim, I'm not a child. I'm 50 years old. All right, I just want to get the thing over with already, all right? Yeah.
Do you know what you look like with a mustache, though?
Yeah,
or a goatee?
What?
Do you know what you look like with a mustache or a goatee?
No.
See? Yeah. You guys, folks, you heard it here first. Brad's going to stop in his tracks when he's
Do you want me to
shaving
take a
today.
picture of
I
a goatee?
really do. Yes!
I will take a picture tomorrow when I shave of the goatee and the mustache, and I'll send it to you.
Please.
And we'll put it up on our show tomorrow.
Yes.
And we'll say who wore it better, Brad unshaven, goatee, mustache or full beard that we have today.
Now, the goatee, are you going to do like the whole line?
I can do a whole bunch of different things.
Oh, I'm so ready, Brad. I can't wait.
Let's finish up though. All right, Kim, what you have me do? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Pape Diaz says his friend sponsored 2 people. One got his green card and the other one already has an appointment for his green card. Could he still sponsor him?
You can sponsor a friend, but you can do affidavits of support for them, sure.
Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yes.
Can I file for my mother-in-law? And if I can, how long is that going to take? And
no dice.
No.
No dice.
No.
Can't file for mother-in-law.
No, but can't hubby file for his own mom?
Yes, hubby can do it.
Hypothetically.
Yes.
I've got an I-130 approved since 2016. My husband started to abuse me, however, and stopped my case. So I went and got an attorney, and they say that I can do something called the VAWA application. But now that VAWA is not approved, what could my attorney do in the next 2 weeks? They're saying that they're going to file it anyway. Can they do that? Is my attorney lying to me?
What VAWA's going to get approved. Don't worry. Just put it together.
Basically, her attorney said you can do VAWA, but it's not approved right now, but we can still file it.
No,
she's afraid that her attorney's lying.
Well, I don't know about lying, but you got to wait until they approve it. But they're not going to accept it now. But certainly put it together. It's going to happen.
Okay. We've got a question from Munchie Daily who said, my friend has her interview tomorrow, but her husband is arguing with her and saying he's not going to go with her. What are her options?
You can't put a gun to the guy's head, so hopefully they work things out. They got to work it out.
I'm originally from the Philippines. I filed our green card applications through marriage to a U.S. citizen on December 20th of 2018. I haven't heard anything after the biometrics that we did on January 17th of this year. It's been almost 4 months since we filed. I haven't received my work permit or advanced parole yet. When should I file for the expedite request under financial loss?
The expedite? There's no expedite request under financial loss. What is he talking about?
Well, that's what...
There's no expedite request. No such thing as expedite request.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
I don't know what she wants. She wants to what? Do what? What is she looking for?
Well, it's saying that she just hasn't gotten anything other than her fingerprints after 4 months. So she's wondering... She
just has to wait it out.
Right,
or sue the government.
Glamma says, will her friend get a work permit after doing the biometrics? And if yes, how long of a wait? Lorletta said, this month is 6 months and I still don't have my EAD, and my husband filed papers in October of last year. It's been 6 months since they filed. U.S. citizen husband filing for his wife, and she still doesn't have a work permit.
Call me. By the way, Kim, I didn't understand what was going on between you and Dawn for a second.
Uh-huh.
But now I understand.
Yeah.
I thought for a second you were in a fight with Dawn.
Not at all.
You're like, I don't think so, Dawn. Drop it. I thought you were like, drop. I don't know. I'm like, what is Dawn saying to Belgium Kim? And then Dawn is like, did you read my question? So you're like, I don't know the lingo.
Right.
Drop it means just...
drop it in the comments. Like, drop your question.
That was a happy thing. Okay, fine. I'm like, what's going on between you and Dawn, Belgium Kid?